Thank you. For those who don't know who Miles Davìs is, he is one of the most important jazz musicians whose work became known internationally. But Dan, could you speak a bit more about how you were inspired by Miles Davìs?
Sure. Yeah, it was just a song that I found had the way that it was played actually by the guitar player on that recording, who is John McLaughlin. It had very much like a Guqin type feel to it, in terms of being really slow and spacious. And so I was messing around with the harmonics and just seeing how I could figure out a way to play it. And I started doing this in the standard tuning, and then I tried it in the raise the fifth tuning, and then starting from the first, using the first string as the gong, so that I have this in music, for people that know music theory, it's basically a sus4 chord, like so there's no third, but I also have this flat 7 in there. And yeah, and then I use the harmonics for the major third, so that it ends up making like an entire sort of a Mixolydian scale. And so that was just sort of an experiment. And I was going to share it at the last Yaji, but I couldn't make that one. But so thanks for letting me show it this time.
Dan, can you play one more time, because we didn't record at the beginning?
Oh yeah, sure.
Sorry. You still have time.
Okay.
Thank you, Dan. May I recommend to everyone that they tune into the website, our New York Chin Society website, where Peiyou has listed the full program and each player's bio, as well as a website if they have it. And Dan does have a website, so I recommend you look for his biography on our New York Chin Society website and to consult his website because he comes from quite a varied background. Thank you, Dan.
Thank you, Marilyn.
继续下去就是我们社长的领袖 Peiyou, we welcome you to play your piece.
Thank you, Marilyn. Yeah, today I prepared a couplet and a Li Shu calligraphy work and a Qing piece to celebrate Chinese New Year. The Li Shu work read as 乐声朗逸, music sound bright and pretty. It just corresponds to dance playing just now. This is a couplet I arranged. On the right is the first two sentences, which are taken from a couplet I found in my grandfather's book, Ancient and Modern Famous Couplet Stories, 古今名联故事, published in 1981, Taipei, Taiwan. And on the left, I added the third and the fourth sentences for today's event. They read as 古今明月沧浪水，新旧桃花西竹山，群贤俊秀云端聚，琴箫雅乐作贺春。The moon now on the Canglang rivers is as bright as in ancient times. Peach blossoms old and new are blooming on the Xizhu mountain. Talented fellows gathered together on the cloud sit to celebrate the spring and with elegant music of qing and xiao. From my grandfather's book, I learned that the couplet it was taken from is a gate post couplet in a temple on Xizhu Mountain. Xizhu Mountain was the source stream of the Cang and Lang rivers at Hanshou County, Hunan Province, China. Cang and Lang rivers then converge to Yuanjiang River, and Yuanjiang River then flow into Dongting Lake. And Cang Lang can also be interpreted literally as blue-green waves or vast waves. There is a story related to the Canglang rivers, which was about a conversation between a fisherman and Qu Yuan, but I will not go into the details of that story today. So now I'm going to play the Qing piece, Fan Cang Lang, floating on Azure Waves. Hope you will enjoy it. Thank you.
You mentioned that the couplets and the theme came from your grandfather's collected poems or works of, I think that's a wonderful tradition, not only musical, but here you have a grandfather who has published a book of poetry that you can rely on and carry on. And
Yes.
isn't he the one who knew
蒲星宇
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so let's move on to the next one.
Oh, and Peiyou has put the website link in the chat in case you are missing that link. Thank you.
Thank you, Marilyn.
以下我们有 our newly elected vice president, Andre Ribeiro.
Hello everyone.
Welcome.
Hi. Well, thank you. Good morning. And I will read a short text that I wrote yesterday about this piece. In fact, about my experience in playing this piece. It's not a music analysis, just some thoughts that came to my mind when I was beginning to study. The all-I version I will play is one of the abridged versions from Guan Pinghu dapu. It has 9 sections plus a harmonic column. Somehow it became popular on Mediosphere through the hands of Tai Shaoliang. It seems to evoke some distinctive features of this piece, such as the beautiful harmonic sections, the sliding melodies along the soundboard between 9 and 7 waves, and some hit 2-string explosions here and there. Thoroughly browsing on streaming platforms, it seems that almost every young Qin player copies the performances from the same video as the outstanding Tai Shaoliang mentioned before playing, or Guan Pinghu famous record made in 1962. And so, to my knowledge, they forget that the piece of the scale needs an intimate approach that could reflect the water landscape around the Qin player, if there is one. It needs to survive outside the mediosphere for me. It needs fresh air. Through that, I try to reconstruct the speech based on my hometown scenery, a port city, face the Atlantic. In fact, the first city in Brazil where the first settlers exiled by the Portuguese crown landed in 6th century. It is famous for its beautiful seafront promenade with a rich garden along the entire front line of the city, the biggest of the Brazil. Where the garden ends, the retaining walls begin, and the sea gently kisses them daily. There, many amateur fishermen lean over and cast their fishing rods daily. As we walk along this final stretch of beach toward the port, the landscape changes. We can see massive vessels entering the canal, guided by small practitioner boats. Also, we found several rustic piers where the small boats are moored, and we call them canoas caiçaras. It's a kind of small rowing boat for 2 or 3 people, made of a single piece of wood, very rustic. The so-called sound of oars in this piece, in the water, for me, considering my birth town, evokes the rhythmic beats of the caiçaras, this family native of fishermen, in my hometown, driving their boats along the canal of the city of the Santos, that's the name of the city, Santos, to cast the net in the mouth of the port line. They usually wake up at 4 a.m. to untangle their fishing nets and go to the sea at 5 a.m. before the pier moves. Because they wake up very early, it is not always easy to see them, although it is possible to hear the sound of the paddle echoing somewhere near the pier. On summer days, there are usually squalls, and the sea becomes violent, shaking and projecting the boats against the railing that flanks the narrow strip of sand near to the port. Walk along the beachfront promenade. When the storm comes, we can feel the waves hitting the rocks. And it's impressive how the sea changes its appearances over the day, from luminous, transparent, cloudy ruffle to ruffle. These impressive images have been part of my soundscape since childhood. That's why I evoke them in my performances naturally. And one thing I've learned in this year's studying Qing is that there is a level at which we need to let the hand dance by itself while our mind sails by beautiful images. That's what I try to do with Owen. Not an easy job, but I will try. That sounds good?
Sound is good, but there is some background noise. Oh,
Yes, there a little bit another apartment. Sorry. Let me change the position of the microphone. Maybe from the front it will get better. Thank you.
Limboru. Andre,
Thank you all.
for a while, your music conquered the background noise very well.
You can hear despite the background noise or not?
Yes, that's amazing.
Okay, so sorry for that.
Well, we wanted to ask about the resonance of your chin. Is this the first time you are playing it, your new chin, on?
Yes, yes, this is my new chain, the Luoxia.
Those of you who are observant, Andre, maybe you can explain what's special about it.
About the chain? Yes, this chain to me is I named this chain with an animal, a maned wolf. It's a red wolf, very common in Brazil, a very beautiful species, very calm species, not aggressive, and have a very round howling, like I said, very I don't know, like and so I found a very calm sound for me. That's it.
And
Thank you.
we might mention to those who are new to our Yaji that Limboru is not only our new vice president, but he's playing, should we call it a left-handed? I don't want to say reverse, which is the special quality about it too.
Thank you.
Special.
Thank you. Thank you, Marilyn. You're kind. Thank you so much.
We will continue with our next, thank you, Andre, performer, Dydo. 新年好. Stephen Dydo is our former second founding member after Zhongping, and Dydo has been in the field of music for decades as a composer, as a performer on several instruments. And for us today, he is inaugurating a new composition. Am I correct?
Yes. Can you hear me all right?
Yes.
Good. Okay. We had this new microphone was, which you can't see, is absolutely failed 5 minutes after I plugged it in this morning. So we have something else. Yes, 大家好 and 新年快乐. This short little piece is just reflective of an experience I had last summer when often I would be working away or sometimes often playing, and I'd hear in the background, what the hell is that? You know, is there a ghost here? It took me a while to figure out that what it was near the open window, right under the window, I have a kayogam, Korean kayogam, a kind of guzheng, and it was the breeze would come in through the window and lightly ruffle the curtains, and the curtains would then lightly ruffle the strings of the kayagum. So this short little composition is kind of reflective of my experience of working in one mode while I'd have a totally different mode going on in the kayagum.
Stephen, thank you so much. That was really so, how to describe it? It's, the inspiration is really very, very clever. And one, after you describe it, the image is so strong. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. It was fun to play.
Well, I see from the calligraphy on the side that from Zhongping's calligraphy, even though you had the breeze, or I should say we have with your piece the breeze, but the first two pieces had to do with water. And Zhongping's calligraphy has to do with rivers and streams. So we really floating in nature. I think that's a wonderful way to greet the new year.
It's a wonderful inspiration to have next to me when I'm playing.
We'll see and hear from Zhongping later on in the program. And continuing is our third president of New York Chin Society, John, in a marvelous new jacket. Zhang, who is so well known to the international community by his peripatetic ways as well as his website. So I won't say any more. John, welcome. Welcome back from your last trip. You're still muted. Oh, we can't hear you. Thank you, John.
Okay, you can hear me now?
That's good.
Right, so yes, this is from Taiwan. I got it several years ago, actually, but haven't been wearing it very much, but seems good for New Year. I'm going to play two pieces, Chun Xiao Yin and Chunse, Spring Dawn Intonation and Thoughts of Spring in connection with the New Year. It's about 8.5 minutes. And I recorded it because, partly because I have a broken middle fingernail, and it's kind of a little bit tricky playing. I had to change fingers in some places in order to get the proper nail sound. These both pieces are from the Xilutang Qingtong of 1525, and they're in the Yu mode. So there's a lot of analysis of that on my website. So I'm just going to hopefully play the tape.
Thank you very much. I'm glad we've been treated to the second piece because our performer following you is Mingmei, and she is here but won't be able to perform because of other obligations. So do you want to say something more about the piece?
I forgot to mention that the chin I'm using is made by Tong King Woon in Hong Kong, Tong Jin Yan, and the strings are by our member Lawrence Castor.
Ah, thank you for mentioning that. I was going to ask about them because they look new in the sense that they're very bright and white and clean as opposed to the Chinese strings, which are often yellow by the time we get them.
Yeah, well, yes. They're
Lawrence,
good shape still. I've had them about 6 months maybe.
I thought the harmonics sounded very clear. They rang clear. I enjoyed that very much. It could be the instrument rather than the strings, but
why not take credit where it's due? That's marvelous. Many of the listeners may not know, our new listeners may not know Lawrence Castor. If you speak, maybe your picture will come up. Lawrence, are you there?
Does my picture not come up? Oh, there it is. I just wanted to say I appreciate very much that John has played those strings for us all. I've been making more Guqin strings lately than I have in the past. I've done 3 sets in the last couple months. So hopefully we'll hear more. I'm not a good enough Guqin player to play them myself. I play them on my instrument, but I'm not ready for that.
Is that your average time span to produce? You said in the last month you've produced 3 sets.
It takes me 2 to 3 weeks. That's kind of where my schedule is because I have other obligations, other things that I make, and other kinds of strings. I'm doing a set for guitar right now, but it's 2 to 3 weeks is a good turnaround.
But you do prepare things in stock, right? You don't necessarily produce on demand.
99% of them are on demand. If somebody wants a string, I'll often have one, but not a whole set. I'm not a production person. A lot of people ask me for different gauges for their instruments too, so that would take thousands of strings to have everything on hand that people will want. One thing that I do is different is that you can designate a specific gauge or whether or not it'll be wrapped. So that would take incredible inventory.
In that case,
I'm sorry. We thank you for Lawrence. We have to keep the time for Mingmei to say something. And then 10 o'clock will be Qing players from Taipei. So Mingmei, would you like to say something? You mute. So unmute your mic.
Mingmei was going to present one of her own pieces.
Yeah, I did not have to say something. Unfortunately, because of Chinese New Year, many companies invite me to do calligraphy. I have already 2 today, one Tiffany and one Bulgari. And then what else? There's just many lined up for this week. So I just don't have time to practice. And plus, it's just 2 tense. I have so many things on my mind. And so how to put it? So I just couldn't concentrate or focus on playing well. So I'm not going, I'm sorry. At first I thought maybe I played a bubble tea fantasy in my own composition to wish you all a happy new year and drink bubble tea because that's my favorite drinks, although it's very fattening. I'll do it next time. And when Peiyou asked me to do it this time, because my husband and I, we don't really celebrate Chinese New Year at all. I mean, I work through the New Year completely packed. Every day might be 2 events, something 1 to 2, and not quite 2 every week. So I even don't think of this as a Chinese New Year yaji. So I'm so sorry because I haven't been practicing for it because I have to prepare for all my events. That have to be next time. Yeah.
Took pictures of your calligraphy before they were given to their patrons. I mean,
I take pictures, of course. I take some pictures. Otherwise, yeah, I lose. Especially a few ones that I'm very happy about. I do very well, and then I took pictures. But I have to all give away. I wrote a lot, poetry or whatever, you know, about the New Year, and they all took it away.
have you done a rabbit yet?
Actually, I did a rabbit for a client yesterday at Tiffany, but I didn't really have time to do a real rabbit. I might have some in the past, but yeah.
I have an order in, remember, for my grandson.
Okay, so I just wish you all a happy year of the rabbit, and then I will serve you the bubble tea next time, virtual bubble tea. Thank you very much. I have to leave early too. Because I have to leave around 10:30. I have to leave. Yeah.
Thank you, Mingmei. 恭喜发财.
恭喜发财.
I'm glad you turned up.
Yeah, I just want to take a look. Because I have to arrive like an hour early to set up things. They lend me jewelry and everything. Tiffany lent me jewelry. To wear black. Okay, thank you very much. And 恭喜发财.
Thank you.
Well,
I'll stay for a while. Yeah.
Peiyou, we
Yes.
have 10 minutes. Is there anything that you'd like to fill this 10 minutes with before the hour, or should we just?
It's already 10 o'clock, so we have to move on to Zhongping and friends from Taipei now.
Oh, and shouldn't we say something about the Qingdao Guan?
Right.
Yes.
Right. Taipei Qingdao Guan. Let me. Okay, I have prepared something. Yes.
This is a picture of the Taipei Qingdao Guan, which our founding president Zhongping renovated. It's a complex of Japanese houses on Qidong Jie, which has its own Wikipedia entry, by the way. And it's a gracious place that is cultivating all of the arts related to Qin and traditional Chinese culture. So not only does he have a museum of Qin, its construction and its properties, its literature, but activities surrounding the Qin, such as calligraphy practice, calligraphy classes, flower arranging, fresh flower arranging, incense appreciation, archery, I think he's done archery, and many others. So we recommend his website, which is found in the program under his bio. And we now turn the program over to Peiyou, who will introduce the members of the Qingdao Guan.
Yes. So the first performer is Sarah Chen Liru. Liru is the secretary of the Chinese Guqin Association and an assistant teacher of Guqin at Taipei Qin Hall. She is also practicing Chinese calligraphy and is a teaching associate at Master Yuan Zhongping's studio, the Xilutang Bright Calligraphy Studio. So welcome, Liru.
谢谢培佑，大家好，
恭喜恭喜恭喜发财！
恭喜新年快乐！培佑，妙莲，今天是这个癸卯年兔年的第一天，很高兴又跟大家在这边见面。Chinese New Year, this coming rabbit year. It seems like yesterday. I remember last year we also joined New York Qing Association's Chinese New Year gatherings. We share some couplets and all the blessings for the Chinese New Year. And this year, the Year of Rabbit, we are so happy and so honored to join this gathering again. Chinese Guqin Association has very close relationship with New York Qing societies because our teacher is the founder of New York Qing societies, and also all the members now has very close relation with us. And New York Qing Society is also one of our group members in the Chinese Guqin Associations. So we are very happy and pleased to join all the gatherings together. Today, this New Year's, we are located in Taipei Qin Hall. We decorate our Qin Hall with some traditional Chinese blessings. For example, on my right hand, people can see, you can perhaps see the flower arrangement containers, which is made from the gourd shaped, and the finish is with the red lacquer. The red lacquer is also the lacquer which we use on Guqin. So it's the same traditional Chinese art techniques. The flowers, we use the yingliu, which is silver willows, represent the fortune, because in the ancient China, we use the yuanbao, which is silver colors. So all these silver flowers represents the wealth. So we wish everybody has a very wealthy year. And in Laos, we also hand Chinese red envelopes, because in tradition, in the Chinese New Year, we always will give envelope to our elders, people we want to give blessings. Also, when we when we were a child, we also receive all the red envelopes from our parents. It's the most happy moments of the Chinese New Year. Also, we will give a lot of blessings. For example, on my left hand, Master Yuan has wrote Fu Shou Kang Ning, 4 blessing words, means good fortune, long life. Kang means good health, Ning the peace. So we wish everybody has good fortune, long life, good wealth, good health, and peace. As you know, the tiger year is already gone, and the coming rabbit also a symbol of peace. In the coming year, we hope everybody has a very peaceful year and we can enjoy life again. All our Qing players, our Qing friends around the world, in the very special moment of the Chinese New Year, we share all the blessings, all the happiness with everybody. We are like families together, so every time we gather together, we feel like a family reunion in the, as all our Chinese traditions. In this special moment, all our families will reunion together, and here we also share this precious moment with everybody. Today, I would like to bring a lyric called 3 Variation of Plum Blossom. This morning, we give respect to our teacher in the mountain of Yangming Mountain in Taipei. Teacher bring us to give blessings and respect to the ancestors and also his teachers, Mr. Sun Yuqun 先生, Mr. Wu Zhaoji 先生, Mr. Yuan's Qing teachers, and the calligraphy teachers, Mr. Zhang Longyan, which we give the blessings for the new year and the respects. And we also see the plum blossom is blooming. Now is the season of the plum blossom blooming. So today I would like to bring this song for everybody. In these lyrics, there are 3 variations of the harmonic sounds. The 3 harmonic sounds, I would like to give each blessing for the health, for the wealth, and for the happiness for everybody. Please enjoy. Thank you. Happy New Year， 新年快乐。
谢谢例如 ，Thank you， 例如。So the next one will be 兰芷。兰芷 is also going to present at the same location. Lan Zhi is from Kaohsiung, Taiwan. She learned Guqin and calligraphy from Mr. Yuan Zhongping. She is the president of the Association of Kaohsiung City Living Culture Development. 高雄市美学生活文化发展协会会长。To promote traditional Guqin, Chinese calligraphy, Hanfu, and coffee latte art in Kaohsiung area. Welcome, 兰芷。
各位纽约琴社的琴友们，大家好！这是我第一次参加线上纽约琴社的古琴雅集，很高兴在大年初一的兔年来在此向各位先拜个年，祝各位新年快乐。我是来自高雄的兰子，刚才很谢谢他帮我介绍了这一段哈。那我今天要弹奏的琴曲是时尚流泉，希望借着时尚流泉能够让我们在今年新的兔年能够如同在时尚流泉般的历进更加进步。
非常谢谢 ，Thank you 兰芷。
谢谢。
Okay, next performer is Yuan Anrui, Andrei Danilov. Andrei is originally from Moscow. He is a graphic designer, photographer, movement enthusiast, and a musician. He has been learning the Guqin and Chinese calligraphy with Mr. Yuan Zhongping. Welcome, Xiaoan.
Thank you, Peiyou. Thank you for introduction. Thank you. And Happy New Year to all of you guys. Peiyou, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
To everyone who is listening, who is joining the live stream, etc. Oh, Happy New Year to you guys. Yeah, and a peaceful New Year. As you said, I'm from Moscow, Russia, and I just pray for a peaceful rabbit year at this point. So I'll be bringing a piece called Qiu Sai, Autumn Frontier Intonation, sorry. So why I chose this piece is I think it's very emotionally rich. So just like Chinese New Year, like there's loud noises, there's bright colors, it's all very, emotionally it's very huge contrast. So, and this piece, it starts very subtle, very soft, then it kind of goes fast, very loud, then goes back to more like a soft tune. So it's a lot of variations. So it's very, as I said, it's very emotionally rich tune. So yeah, I hope you guys will like it. I'll tune first, give me a sec. Oh yeah, and I just changed the thing. This is my canteen. Made by teacher Yuan.
非常谢谢小安 ，very thank you for Andre's beautiful 秋赛吟。Next performer is 赵玉婷。玉婷 has been learning the guqin with Mr. Yuan Zhongping as well. Now she is a freelancer and a teaching assistant at the Taipei Qin Hall. Welcome, 玉婷。
我需要转换，我在自己家里。
Oh, okay. So, 那个 Ralph, we need to switch the spotlight to 玉婷.
Here.
Okay, let's see. Okay, good. We
Hi.
can see you now.
Hello. Happy Lunar New Year, everyone. I'm Yu Ting from Taipei Qin Hall. At the beginning of the Chinese New Year, I'm going to play Liang Xiaoying, Song of a Pleasant Night. Wishing everyone have a great good fortune and pleasant all of the year. 然后刚才我看到例如介绍了琴馆，很多漂亮的那个布置，所以我也赶快搬了我自己插的花来点缀一下。然后这边还有袁老师这个送我的这个墨宝，七弦为义有，两耳是知音，希望大家会喜欢。
Thank you. 谢谢玉婷。Very nice. After Yuting is now Mr. Yuan Zhongping. Zhongping has been playing the qin and practicing Chinese calligraphy for more than 30 years. He is not only the founding president of the New York Qin Society, but also the president of the Chinese School Qin Association and director of the Taipei Qin Hall. He collects ancient qin from the Tang and Song dynasty and preserves the traditional qin making process by making the 中道qin. Welcome, 钟平，新年快乐，恭喜发财。
大家好，朋友好，各位琴友大家好。My dear friend, Happy New Year. I'm Zhong Ping. Right now in Taipei Qin Hall. I'm very honored and happy to be with you. We celebrate the year of the rabbit. I wish you everyone healthy and lucky, everything as you wish. Okay. Today I want to play Yangchun because this is mentioned the spring is coming. But before I play, let me show you my couplet. Okay, this is with the qin and the calligraphy. The upper is about qin. qin 者静也，欲邪僻。qin is a prohibit, defense the evil thing. Okay, so that's in Han Dynasty. Bai Hu Tong wrote 秦者静也, so I use 秦者静也 because 欲邪僻. This is upper couplet. The second, 书以散之自性情. Calligraphy is unload your feeling and your emotion. So this is a qin and a calligraphy. This year I written, put on in the front door. Okay, I share with you that I make this piece. Okay, enjoy. Thank you. Like it? Okay.
Thank you.
So I'm gonna play Yangchun. 快乐！来，我们大家来一起祝大家新年快乐！
非常感谢。
从台北送来的祝福，恭祝大家新年快乐，万事如意！
新年快乐，
新年快乐，万事如意！
恭喜恭喜，谢谢，
谢谢。
Okay. We are very grateful to Mr. Yuan and the Qing friends from the Taipei Qin Hall for sharing the music of silk string guqin late at night to us who are from all over the world. Thank you again for your participation. We want to say to you, have a good night and have a healthy and happy new year. So next, we back to the US. We welcome our member, Mr. Song Renjie from Saratoga, New York, to share Xiao music and his bonsai plants. 接下来欢迎回到我们纽约，我们欢迎纽约琴社的社员宋仁杰先生带来箫的演奏以及分享他培植的盆栽。Welcome 仁杰。仁杰 you are mute.
Hi, Renjie.
Happy New Year, everybody. 新年快乐。我今天呢吹两首都是跟春节有关的曲子。第一首叫《良宵》。The first one I'm going to play is called New Year's Eve piece, composed by Liu Tianhua, and the original written for the erhu, but a lot of shop players like that piece. So I'm going to start with this piece first.
仁杰，你的麦克风设定 你的 Zoom 设定有一点点问题，就是你
Okay, now.
任杰 ，Can you hear?
Yeah.
你的那个设定要把 original sound 关掉，是不是？Ralph does that mean his original sound is not off or is off?
You want original sound on.
Oh, you want original sound on.
So where I go get it?
Oh, go to the
should be upper left corner of computer.
All right, so this one.
The original sound, it could be it's not set up properly though. You should have a little box saying original sound off or original sound on. Do you see that?
No, I couldn't even lost the whole screen. Okay.
I would probably take, if you play too softly, you're getting echo canceled. That's what's happening.
Okay, let's just go on. Let's just go on.
Okay. Second piece is called the 春节序曲. Second piece, the overture of Spring Festival, composed by the Guan Pinghu. I played one section of it. Okay, thank you.
不错，还是可以听得见。Thank you.
So I'm going to introduce a few bonsais of mine. And this one is juniper, Chinese juniper. It's about 150 to 200 years old estimation. It's very heavy. I turn around, let you see.
Oh, it's beautiful. Punching.
Another one is called Cascade, also juniper. This is the people abandoned through the way. I made it in just about 5 years in my hand. So it need haircut though. So it need a trim in springtime.
它们是属于什么树啊？
柏树。
柏树和柏树 ，OK。
Junipers.
The Chinese version. So by proportion, this little bonsai still have some berries on it. Those are the winter bonsais. I just took it out from the garage. They are domain now. They are sleeping. So I have quite a collection, which is in the shade of buried in the ground, mulched by leaves. Let it go through the winter. Springtime, a lot of work. You need to trim. So those are just now for sleeping. And I'm tending to do something hardy here. So adapting local junipers, ferns, and the cedars and the pine. So as in our climate, is really not suitable for the tropicals. So that's a few of my collection. Again, Happy New Year. I think my time's off. It's ending now. Thank you. Happy New Year.
Thank you, Renjie. You still have 5 minutes.
Okay, what else I can do? I show around my surroundings. Is outside. This is my living room. Also, wedding carriage still on the corner.
Oh my
because my
goodness.
son was married last year in the
So your daughter-in-law was sitting in there, right?
恭喜恭喜。
nobody sit there.
I mean was 就是那个花轿是给你的媳妇。
I don't know if let me see. Yeah, that is a wedding carriage, Chinese traditional made by myself.
You made it.
Yeah, he made it for his son's marriage. Amazing.
We need to look at a close-up of it.
It's far away. Let me see. I can zoom in now. Just
In the meantime, may I recommend that we call them punjing?
yeah.
It is, yes.
As well as bonsai. Punjing.
It's punjing. Punjing is the Chinese way. It's same thing. Like Japanese explain punzai means plant in the pot. In Chinese, it's landscape in the pot. Sometimes I have few bunks as a typical Chinese one, which has the landscape, has some stone in there, and a multi-plant, like a forest. You can create different ways, and so this is the one of the art forms of Chinese, and also to Japan and everywhere. Taiwan also very suitable for multi-species to grow, and in our northeast, we are good at those evergreens. Pine's good, and juniper, cedar is literally you can collect from the wild, or some people threw it away almost dead, and you can rescue them.
So how often do you have to trim it?
How often? We're lucky. In winter, they're sleeping, so you do nothing. And even just check the soil, it's still moist, just leave it in. In the springtime, I think the window time about a month, you will see new buds come out. You just start trimming and keep the layers, show the branches, and then it is kind of work, but it's very meditative. So if you have connection with the plants, you know them, and then you just pick up. Those are just wild. People threw away bushes. So I think the berries in winter still is still there. So very interesting. Eventually gonna trim this out. It's a lot to. Sometimes you like those dead branches. Sometimes you grow the branches, but later on you're gonna cut it off because it's called sacrifice branch. You want the trunk to be thickened. So it's a lot to do it. It's like a different form of art.
How about the roots, Renji? Don't you trim the roots when you put it?
No, the roots are very precious. You want to explore it. So like you see some footage grab on the ground. So this is yeah, you can trim them, but again, it's not like paintings, right? One brush stroke, you can make a piece. This take a year, probably 2 years, 3 years, 5 years to make one branch really the way you want it. So it takes time.
So you use wire to bend it?
Yes, there's aluminum wire to bend them, and also you always check it, because if the wire spark grown fast, you have to unwire it, rewire it again. So that's for the training, one of the methods.
Great. Thank you, thank you, Renji.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Enjoy this rest of the
very rich. Okay. Our next, thank you, Renji. Our next performer is Uni from Canada. And she will perform 醉鱼唱晚, Drunken Fisherman Sings in the Evening. Welcome, Uni.
Test. We go.
Good. Sounds good.
Right. Good morning, everyone in North America, and Happy New Year. So wishing you all as active as rabbits, and may the this is the year of the water rabbit, so wishing that the water will nourish and grow and blossom like the myriad plants and trees that are found on our Great Turtle Island, 水木生花. All right, so the reason why I chose this piece, 坠鱼. So in the past year, we are seeing that freedoms around the world have been going under increasing challenge. So when it comes to what is the most precious thing that we need to cherish and defend, and undoubtedly the answer would be that of personal freedom and the availability of choice. So what do exactly the fishermen and the woodcutters converse to each other about, and what do they cherish the most? And I think I have found the answer. Freedom. So, without further ado, enjoy. Once again, Happy New Year to everyone.
Oh, a lot of echo. Thank you, Yuni. Okay, whose mic is on? Whose speaker is on? Maybe. Oh, Shuishan, okay, that's you. Okay, welcome Shuishan, our final performers. Shuishan Yu, Yu Shuishan. Shuishan is well,
Northeastern University. Hi, thank you, Peiyou. Yeah. Hi, everyone. Good morning. First, I wish everyone Happy Year of the Rabbit. 兔年大吉，身体健康，万事如意。So today I'm going to play a piece, 沧海龙吟, the dragon roaring in the deep blue sea. So I wish in the new year everyone is as successful as a dragon, as powerful as a dragon. 祝大家在兔年龙腾虎跃 with this piece. So I'm going to check my sound. Is my speaking sound okay?
Yes. Sounds good.
Sound good? Okay. 再次祝大家兔年快乐 ，Happy Year of Rabbit. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Shuishan. Okay, so I can hear myself. Okay, good. So now our program is finished, and many thanks to all the wonderful performance and everyone's participation and listening, friends from China, Taiwan, and all over the world. Thank you, Marilyn, and thanks to Ralph hosting this Zoom meeting and the live streaming recording. Our next event will be on February 26, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. So you can stay tuned, check on our official website, www.newyorkqing.com. And we wish you a healthy and happy new year. Thank you. So we still have 5 minutes to end the program. If anybody wants to say something, very welcome.
I'd like to ask Shuishan if he has
Hi, Marilyn.
any current project, because I don't think everyone knows you're an architect as well as a historian. And I wondered what you are
Yeah. Actually, I used to be an architect. Now I'm primarily an architectural historian, an art historian. So I study architectural history. I'm bringing a group of students. Excuse me. Actually, next summer to Taiwan. So I have 20 students, and it's a summer program. So we are going to visit the Palace Museum and look at some local temple and traditional architecture in Taiwan. So I if you happen to be there, or if you have any good connection in Taiwan, I'd appreciate if you can pass on their information to me, so maybe we can meet. So in Taipei. So that's my recent planning project for teaching, and it's also kind of research project.
In which month?
Yes, give us the date.
I'm going to be here May 8th to June 8th. So it's 1 whole month, 2023. Yeah, and I'm hosted by the National Tsinghua University in Hsinchu. But it's very close to Taipei, so I definitely wanted to visit Master Yuan Zhongping. So I hope I can bring some students to Master Yuan Zhongping's studio, so they can hear Master Yuan, playing. That's definitely on my schedule.
That would be wonderful.
Yeah.
Maybe you can both 书画合作. You do some painting and write some calligraphy, or you write some, or you do the painting and he writes some calligraphy, or vice versa.
So, Shuishan, next time, make sure you're setting the echo. So Ralph, how to make the echo sound off?
Is this better?
No, we'll take it offline. We'll work on it offline.
Okay.
Basically, Shuishan needs to put his mic further away from his speaker.
Well, it's more complicated than that. But anyway, we'll worry about that later.
Okay.
So, Peiyou.
Yes.
I believe next month, I will need to present my draft for the paper that I'll be working on for pretty much the rest of this year.
That's correct. Yes.
What paper is that, Junie?
So what was that?
About 9 string, right? 9 string.
Yes. And I'll give a sneak preview. It's not pentatonic, it's heptatonic. I'll explain a bit about the project. If
we have 1 minute.
Sure. I have been seeing that a lot of new compositions, whether they be from North America or they're from China, and the nature of pop pieces or modern music is heptatonic. So the use of fa and si, right now, we have to use stop notes or anyin press notes in order to achieve them. Well, what happens if we make them available on open and harmonic sounds? So as you know, right now we can produce harmonics by way of using our thirds. So our weird third, sixth, 8th, and 11th hui, but that's only fixed to 1 octave. And also there's the occasional 7th, which is based on, well, 1 imbalance of the pentatonic system right here on your set B, or 4th and 5th, or 9th and 10th hui. But there's only 1, and that's about it.
Okay. Yeah, we will keep that for the February yaji.
Yep. But basically, I wanted to expand that so we have more choice for people. And the cost to it is to play a bit further between the strings. Only 1, but that's the major change.
Okay, so we have to end the program now because our Zoom host, Ralph, has to leave. So thanks again. Thank you, Uni. And we will stay tuned, and we will meet you again in February. And our Vice President, Andre, will be the organizer for the February yaji. Thank you, everyone, and we wish you Happy New Year.
Thank you. Good to see you.
Thank you, everyone.
Good to see everyone.
Thank you, Ralph. Thank you, Mingmei. Thank you, Marilyn, everyone.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you, Peiyou. Thank you, Marilyn.
Thank you,
goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.